like stand on a table with her, lingerie and high heels on a glass table. And he went underneath the table, laid down underneath the table. And when she did her business, the shit show, right? He was watching down there, and
oh wow,
that was $5,000.
I have a demon I don't want to
She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down. She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down. She can go down, down, down to the dark place deep in my mind. Girl, you're the witch, I swear it on God, don't you ruin my life. You just act hard when I'm feeling lockjaw, cause you know I won't bite. Dreaming of you chained up, thrown in the lake, brings a tear to my eye. Oh, witch,
She's
just
a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon I don't want to deal.
She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down.
Beck's boobs grew 3 times their size since our last episode, so that's the good news. The bad news, what's the bad news? Do we have any bad news?
I don't think we have any bad news. I don't have acrylics, but
I don't know. Bad news is we broke 3 nails.
I ripped off all my nails yesterday.
So boob job, yes.
Yeah, I still would get a boob job 100%.
What, for Christmas? When would you get it?
Probably I feel like, this is probably the perfect time to get it. Because,
Healing?
Yeah.
Treat yourself to a boob job for Christmas?
Just want to be, by summer.
We should fund it. What's your OnlyFans?
It is. What is my OnlyFans? I think it's Becca 2A.
We're going to relaunch that. Go fund Becca's boob job and go fund me so I can help fund Becca's boob job. All right, should we do this? It's been a little bit.
I'm excited. I know.
Excited?
Getting all warmed up.
All right.
Shitshow.
Here we go. Welcome back to the
Shitshow.
Brought to you by SHAG Mag. I am your host, Julia Rose, and this is your main host,
Becca.
And we're going to get into this episode, but really quick, we're going to read a 5-star comment. Shout out to our Spotify listeners. You guys, we are hitting the charts for some reason on Top Comedy. I don't know how we're doing it, honestly. You're rigging it. I have a feeling.
I literally have 50 iPhones at home. I'm listening to them all.
I don't know.
I'm borrowing everyone's computer.
Oh no, that's our last episode playing. Every time we get a notification that we hit, I'm like, how?
I'm sending it out. I'm at Spotify to the guy. I'm send it. Put us on the charts.
5 stars. Oh, this one's for you, Bex. Haley, England. 5 stars for Becca. 5 stars. Literally strictly listen for Becca's input on things. She's naturally hilarious without trying.
Oh my God, Haley. Thank you.
Haley, England. Yes, give it up. Wow, our crowd tonight is lovely, ladies and gentlemen. So lovely. Really quick, predictions.
Of what?
A fight coming up.
Oh. Yeah, I think the Paul's gonna win, huh?
You better freaking win. It's Tommy versus Paul. Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul.
And you're gonna fight too, no?
Yeah, actually, did you see TMZ cornered me? TMZ cornered me. Well, first I was like, I want to bet Molly. They're changing Tommy's last name, Tommy Fumbles. And I was like, I could change Molly's last name to Molly Mumbles. Molly Mumbles and Tommy Fumbles.
That's pretty funny.
And then TMZ's like, would you fight her? I was like, listen, we can mud wrestle. Come on, Molly. She hasn't responded.
Would you mud wrestle her? Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. 100% uncensored. No, I'm just kidding.
100% of the time.
No, I would mud wrestle Molly.
That would be something I want to see.
Undercard? Sure. I mean, it could be good. Yeah?
Yeah. You would beat her ass.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Uncensored. Oh, we're 30. Look, Monica's got the charts up right now. Monica's showing us the chart.
Number 36
on Top Comedy. We're going up. Doesn't the little green arrow mean we're going up?
Yes, yeah.
38.
Wow. We passed ear biscuits. Fuck y'all.
All right, let's get into this episode. Without further ado, we are going to introduce our guest. We know him as Freddie, but the world knows him as Madame Suzanne. Did I say that right? All right, welcome our guest for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Wow. The crowd is going crazy in these earphones.
I know.
I mean, in this.
Yeah.
Wow. The whistle in the back. I love it.
Sit down. Everyone settle down.
Sit down. No. Stop it. All right. Well, this is going to be a fun one. I'm actually really excited. Welcome to the Shit Show.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Are you
Appreciate it.
scared?
No, not at all.
I think a little bit.
Well, I don't know what to expect, which is a really good thing because I love excitement. So this is.
I did ask you if anything was off limits. He said no. So we're gonna test this. We're gonna see.
Let's do this.
So I said some other guests have said nothing's off limits, and then
they run crying. I'm kidding.
Okay. So who is? I guess when I heard Madame. Okay, I'm saying it right.
Madame Suzanne.
Madame Suzanne.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I hear it, I literally even Ari was like. I couldn't find this girl anywhere. I was looking and I couldn't find, and I was like, no, it's not a girl. So I feel like when some people hear the name, they initially, and I'm guessing that was your plan the entire time.
That was the whole plan. That
Okay.
was by design for sure.
So break it down. Give us a little bit of backstory. Tell people like what's going on this episode.
Okay, so real briefly, I have a really colorful past. I've been in the escort service business for about 30 years before the internet, and then I caught up on it with the beginning of the internet, around 98. I got online with it. I'm like, wow, imagine this. Now the whole world, instead of doing it through a limo service, like I was in Vegas at the time. And
So you started in Vegas.
I started in Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii, really?
So let's go really way back. So in Hawaii, I had a show called Island Dolls that I produced. It was like a tongue-in-cheek, kind of like Crazy Girls in Vegas at the Riviera. Topless girls on stage just dancing and
Like
whatever.
Girls Gone Wild kind of thing.
Type of thing, right? And so some celebrities would come in. I was in Waikiki at the time. This is in the mid-'90s. And some celebrities would come in and just watch the show, and they'll just try to approach the girls. Hey, do you want to go out tonight? Whatever. So if they're not going out for dinner, you know what I mean? So they would come and ask me. This is before I really got into the business, right? And I'm like, it's up to you. And this one time, the star of the show was my girlfriend, right? Mm. And this one celebrity that everybody knows who it is now, but he approached her and he said, "Yeah, would you like to go out with me?" So she said, "Well, you got to ask my boyfriend."
Would you tell us who?
Let's put it this way: it's somebody that years later we found out he has AIDS. He finally told everybody he has AIDS.
Who would that even be? That doesn't narrow it down.
Really? Like, there's a lot of celebrities. Okay, let's give you another hint, right?
Julie's like, everyone has it.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you. How many celebrities do you know?
No, but I'm like, what?
What is it? Does it rhyme with Schmagic Schmonchen? That's an athlete.
No.
Wait, is that?
It was an
does he have
actor.
AIDS?
Look, he was an actor,
Okay.
and then he lost it, and he had the #1 show on TV for a long time, and then he lost it. Let's just say Tiger Blood. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she asked me. I said, "Look, it's up to you." He offered her $20,000, right? And long story short, she went for it.
You let your girlfriend go.
Well, it was a test too for me. I wasn't in love with her, right? She was just my girlfriend. Doesn't mean I'm. But so that started the whole thing.
Really quick, Bex, you're with your boyfriend. A guy comes up, a celebrity, comes up and says, $20,000. I just want to hang out with you, whatever. I want to take you out for the night. Do you do
I don't
it?
think they were just hanging out, but
No, they're not hanging out. But would you go for $20,000?
no. Okay, how do you ask your boyfriend?
50
Hey,
grand.
I'm gonna go hang out with this dude.
$50,000,
No.
$100,000.
Would you do it for $1 million?
No.
Isn't that movie?
My boyfriend would be like, no, he'd pay me $1 million.
True.
$1 million. Would you go?
No, I wouldn't.
You're such
You
a
lie.
Would you go for $1 billion?
$1 billion?
Yeah. Would you go for $1 billion?
I'll turn
bro,
gay for $1 billion.
You're getting ripped off if you're paying $1 billion. What the hell is wrong with you? No, I wouldn't because I'm like, he's definitely going to kill me. No one's going to bring
No,
me.
what if you weren't gonna get killed? Would you do it for $1 billion?
No, I wouldn't do it for $1 billion.
Why would you do it for $1 billion?
Because my love is priceless. Okay. Sorry, just had to see Becca's price. Okay, so she went for 20
She went, and then I ended up moving. Well, anyways, we ended up breaking up when we moved to Vegas. But
So wait, what happens when she comes home the next day? Like, is it? You just like, don't talk about it. Don't ask, don't tell.
Did you check the money, make sure it's not fake? I mean, I don't know. But it told me about her, right? So it was kind of a test. You know, everybody has a price, honestly, to be honest with you.
Said that before.
Yeah. And just the degrees of separation between people and what they're going through. But at some point, whether it's a marriage or sugar daddy or whatever it is, at some point, somebody's number is going to come up, and that's going to be the magic number, and they're going to just go for it. Unfortunately, you know, people love money nowadays. And so anyways, I ended up in Vegas. I started a limo service, and I was doing it. I wasn't even planning on doing it through limo service, but almost every client that we had that hired the limo, after they went out and got drunk, they asked the driver, where can I get some girls? Mm-hmm. So after that, I couldn't, I couldn't fight it anymore. I said, let's try it. So I hired 5 girls, and we were making so much money off this business, the escort business, that I said, forget it. We'll just give them the limo for free. You know, it was a lot of money. So that's how I started. Then I found out about the internet in 98, and that was a whole different level then.
So wait, what happened? Give me, when you say a lot of money, what's a lot of money for a night with an escort service?
So like, let's put it this way. Like if an escort went with a customer and they went and drove around for, say, a couple of hours or 3 hours, they made anywhere from $2,000 up to $5,000. If they're gamblers, sometimes they came home. I've had girls come home with $80,000 in like 2 days, just because they're gambling and they're winning and they're drunk, and it all depends on the situation, But of course, I had a price structure once I started doing it as an escort service agency online. Of course, we had a price structure at that point.
Okay, so break that down for me. So internet comes out. How do you bring it online?
So my girlfriend at that time was
New girlfriend. New girlfriend alert.
New girlfriend. She happened to be already online, and she started introducing me to it. Her name was Lisa Storm. And that was a stage name, of course. And she was a penthouse pat of the year, like twice in a row, like 96, 97. This is in 98. So she was a very smart girl. She got online and she started
I wonder if it's the same penthouse pat my dad dated. Found that out recently. I'm like, wait a minute.
Lisa Storm. But so she started showing me all this stuff. It's like, man, this is a game changer, because now you're unlimited. This is global. A lot of people come to Vegas. It's Sin City, right? And it just opened up a whole new floodgate for the business. So I started hiring girls. Well, I started working with her first. She wanted me to help her. So I started working with her. And it came to a point where we could only make so much money with one person. I wanted to expand and start, making like a big agency, not just one-on-one.
Why would it, sorry for my ignorance, but like, what do you mean help her? What do you bring to the table that helps these girls?
So I started doing she wasn't really good with advertising.
How do you advertise?
Well, there's websites that advertise for escort services and escorts.
I can't even advertise SHAG Mag.
Yes, you can. But so at the time, Eros was one of the front runners in that field, in that space.
Is it not considered illegal?
It's a weird thing. Now the government, 20 years later, whatever it is, they're really cracking down hard right now. In fact, a lot of the websites I used to advertise with, they're all gone, because the government is putting so much pressure because of human trafficking and underage trafficking and all this stuff, right? So it's just a different ball game now. But back then, they did it, and there's some sort of a law where they can actually just put it out there where you can advertise yourself on it. But it kind of puts them out of the loop for it, like as far as, being indicted for it. But now they just changed the laws, and now they can actually go after them, the advertiser. That's what happened with Backpage. And then I had a friend of mine that owned City Vibe, and he had to get out, and he was making a lot of money because there's just too much pressure. Heroes had to change their offices and move to Europe because they didn't want to get indicted like they did with Backpage,
Got it.
So, just the whole dynamic has changed. Now it's completely different, you know. It's not the same.
You're not obviously doing it anymore.
No.
What are you doing right now?
So I've written some books and about the subject. One is called Madame Suzanne. It's about what happened to me in Orange County when I had like 12, they call them brothels, right? I worked out of places like...
Is this before Vegas? Like, where is the Madame Suzanne? Like, let's go into that, because I'm really interested in the brothels in this world, and like, that's really interesting to me. Okay. So like, is this before Vegas, after Hawaii? Where does the brothels fall?
So it's Hawaii, then Vegas. Now we're in Vegas. Now we're in 2000, 2001. I branched off. I broke up with my girlfriend, and I started an agency, right? Back then you could get a license called Out Call Promoter. And some people could get the escort service license, but that's really hard to get. So alcohol promoter license, which I had, was meaning that I could send somebody to a hotel room just to dance. And of course, they're not just there to dance,
Yeah.
right? Everybody knows that.
They're there to play like dominoes, like checkers.
Yeah, they're probably going to order
Chess.
pizza.
Chess. They love chess. Brainiacs, you know? So, so that's how it started. And I went from I think 15 girls to 20. I ended up with 220 girls, 33 phone girls, who was 24/7 operation.
Oh my God, I'm so interested about the phone girls. Because you see those ads and I've always been tempted to call.
Me and my friend signed up for that when we were like in middle school.
Really? You like called?
Yeah, because we wanted to like talk on it because we watched this episode, I think, of the Kardashians where like they talk on it and you can like make money talking on a phone, like sex service. But we didn't even have our own cell phone at the time. So my friend borrowed her mom's cell phone and we like tried to call the number or whatever so that we can talk on it. And her mom was getting like texts for days after being like, what is this? It's like, hey daddy, want to come? Like stuff like that. And she was like, what the hell is this? And she's like, oh, it's probably spam. Like, I don't know. And we were like, never again.
Are these girls just like, are they in room? Are they just like randomly walking? They'll get a call and they'll be like, oh, I got to take this. And then they're like, well, what are you wearing? Like what?
No, this is a different thing. When I say phone girls, it's not, you're talking about like the sex lines back then where they can talk sexy and stuff. No. These are phone girls that actually all the calls came in and we had all these lines and guys just want somebody to come to their room.
Oh.
I see.
Oh, did I disappoint you? I'm sorry.
I want to know if these girls are like, you never know, like when you call, like, are they like really like, oh, like laying in a bed? Or are they like ordering Subway? Like, hold on 1 minute. I got to take this. What are you wearing right now? Like, I've always wondered, what are they, I don't know. Just interesting.
Well, they usually don't sound, because I had a one-on-one live chat thing going on at the time. It was a big thing. I had the freelivevideochat.com, whatever. And usually those are on camera, so you have to be that way. But a lot of the just phone ones, it's probably a big person or somebody just smoking. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even real.
It was like the OnlyFans before OnlyFans, if you really think about it. Like phone girls.
It was like OnlyFans without seeing anything. It was all like
just imagination.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you have the girls online. You said 200 girls upwards?
I ended up at the height of my career down in Vegas. We had 220 girls and 33 phone girls. I had an office and everything with everybody there, shifts and everything, you know. And it was very professional. I'm a very organized person, so it just everything was systematic.
How does the recruiting process go for girls? Like at Hooters, I'm not kidding. When they would recruit girls at Hooters, they would make sure their boobs touch the wall before their nose. Is there something like that?
So with my recruitment selection tactics in Vegas, were not as good as later on in Orange County, which I'll explain later. But in Vegas, it was basically, it's a hard place to find really good help. So a lot of people that have gambling problems, drug problems, alcohol problems, or all of the above, right? So I took people that I normally wouldn't take, like character-wise, because I just needed the bodies because we were so busy. And most of them were strippers or abusive relationships or just, needed some money, to make quick money.
Yeah.
So, but they had to have a certain look so we can get the calls and people come back, for us. So I definitely wanted to make sure that they're at least 8s, 9s, or 10s as far as looks.
Yeah. What kind of look was like the most popular?
Your look.
Bags. Get you some bags. She's like, oh wait, say that one more time.
I'm sorry, what look?
Your look. Look who's blushing now.
I love it.
Y'all want this, huh?
It's kind of
no, you'll make good money too.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Go. Every blonde needs a brunette. No, but I just feel like that's so like, I have to play devil's advocate here of just like, it seems so bad just to it seems like they're ordering a meal. Like, can I get a blonde, blah, blah, blah. Like, did it not kind of drive you like a little bit like feel bad for these women at all? Was there ever a point where you kind of like felt for them?
I'm naturally a very empathetic person, just my own character, and I felt so bad. In a lot of situations, I refused to work with them because they were so, I remember this girl that, if you want me to tell you the story real quick.
Yeah.
This girl was abused by a gorilla pimp, right?
What's a gorilla pimp?
Gorilla pimp is a name that's a term that's for usually, I'm not going to say anything about race or whatever, but somebody that beats up the girls and make them work for them and to give them all the money in just really bad situation.
Wow.
Like it's all about intimidation, money, brainwashing, all that stuff. And this girl was only 19, and she's already been kidnapped by one of these guys, brought from Oregon to Vegas, put her out on the street, made her work like 20 hours a day. And if she didn't bring $2,000, she had to go back out there and wake up getting beat
There's
up.
like no one helping these women at all.
Well, these guys, unfortunately, they prey on, people with weaknesses.
Yeah.
And they just give them a lot of BS lines. Oh, yeah, we're going to do this together. We're going to, do great things together. I'm just helping you, all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. We can say that here, right?
Oh yeah, it's a shit show.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm like, it's the name.
No, I'm so used to YouTube on my
Anything-
channel. They just
Anything besides frack, whatever that guy. One guy came on here. We were supposed to say the F word. And he said frickin' frack. I don't know, but it was as long as you don't say that, we're good.
okay, good. Yeah, so I told her, you know what, the last thing you need, she wanted to work. I said, and she was all beat up and, had a broken nose and black eye and really beat up. So honestly, I took her to the doctor and helped her and
Wow.
get her put together. And I got on the phone with her mom and sent, I'm not trying to say that I was,
No, but
whatever, but
it is just, it's like, I get it. Like these women are doing what, they're hustling, they're making money the way, but it's just like such a weird world we live in where someone can literally call and order
Yeah.
a human being. Like I want a blonde, I want this, and this. So it's just like it's really weird to just like think about, I guess.
but
Like, think about it as opposite. Like, imagine us being like calling a hotline and being like, we want a male at least 6 foot.
They have
loyal.
that. They have that too. They have male
think?
escorts. Yeah.
But you think they make as much money as the women?
No, unless
Why do
they're
you
gay.
think-
If they're gay in that field, they'll make a lot of money. If they're straight and they just do straight and couples, I actually pimped myself for a little bit just to see how it is.
Oh.
I did it myself because if you run a restaurant, whatever, you want to be able to do everything, right?
Okay,
Cook,
okay.
whatever. So I'm like, let me see how it is. So I did it actually to myself for like a couple of
wow.
months until the last job. I said, okay, I'm done because I didn't need the money. I just wanted the experience. But if you do it just like with couples, to be like, some couples want another guy
I
to
get
come
that.
in,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a threesome or whatever, and or like a woman that. And not so whatever that they need somebody, they can't, get laid or,
Yeah. What do y'all have to go through like an STD screen? Do you like screen all the girls?
Well, what I did was before they started, I sent them to a gynecologist that I knew in town. And I did that also in Orange County. And I wanted to make sure they're clean because
Got
I don't
it.
want any problems later on saying, hey, I did this. Plus everything was covered.
Yeah.
That was very, very important
Got
to me.
it.
And guys would, it's called bareback full service where the guy would ask to do it without a condom. And my rule was always, number one is, you never ever do anything unsafe. We've had offers up to 20 grand, 30 grand just to do it without a condom. I said, if you do that, I'll never talk to you again, to the girl. Because some of them were doing it behind my back. And I found out and I just fired them,
Yeah. Gotta be safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Vegas. You have the girls, you have a whole office running. What happens? How do you go from Vegas to Orange County?
So something happened in 2006. One of my main phone girls that I had to let her stay in my house, which I usually don't do. And she had a young kid with her and I felt bad. And she was with me for about 2 years. So she was my main phone girl where I taught her everything that I knew, how to screen. There's it's an art on its own, like everything else you do. You take it to the next level. So I taught her everything, how to do everything the right way and how to train other phone girls. So this way I don't have to do it all the time. So she was basically like a partner as far as that's concerned. Well, we had a falling out and I told her I got her another place and she has to go. Well, she went to the feds and gave them one of my laptops with all the clients. And I was sending clients to Dubai. Girls to Dubai at the time. I was sending, and the feds they have something called the Mann Act. If you cross state lines for purpose of prosecution, it becomes federal. It's no longer a state, right? So they tried to get me. So I ended up getting indicted through the feds. Ended up beating the case, but it was like almost 3 years later.
Wow.
And that's how everything stopped for me in Vegas. And I ended up moving back to San Diego and then went to Orange County because I wanted to do it one more time to just get my retirement money and done.
Okay. So you're in Orange County. What happens?
So I get to Orange County and then I wanted to test the market, just, business stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see if the market can withstand because
It's really like a full business. It's literally.
Oh, it is. If you want to do it on like anything else in life, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do something on a certain level, like how you guys are doing TIA Professional and everything like this, then you can just up your game and it will show. The results always shows. I never wanted to half-ass anything.
Yeah.
So I always wanted
What's
to.
your sign?
Libra.
Libra.
October 1st.
God, I sound so LA. I'm like, what's your sign? He's running brothels. I'm like, what? And you're like, the guys call. They're like, I want a Capricorn and a Libra. Can you imagine? They start running. Okay, sorry.
That's how the girls would get the guy.
Yeah, they're like, I just want a Gemini.
They're like, just don't send me a. Whatever you do, don't send me a Gemini.
I know that's the girls and guys are different, right?
Yeah.
Girls are from Venus and men are from Mars.
Yeah. We're like, I want an emotional man.
Instead of going, I want a hunk, 6'3", abs, whatever. You're like, can I please get a Capricorn? Anything else? I don't want. I don't care what they look like.
Oh my God. Okay.
Capricorn, funny.
It makes me laugh. Has a mustache.
And make sure he's sensitive on the inside.
Like, oh
Cater
God.
to my emotional needs for the hour. I'm giving him $500.
I love it. Okay, so how'd you test the market for this? What'd you do?
So I went and I hired 2 girls that were already doing it, right? And they had their own places. And I said, let me just do my advertising and let me get you guys more money. They were only making like $4 or $5 grand a month, right? So I did my advertising. I got these 2 girls. They already had the places. I didn't want to have to invest money before I found out that the market can handle my base GFE, which is girlfriend experience for the, like, when you order pizza. So that's the base was $500 an hour.
Okay.
Right? That's what I wanted to get.
GFE, girlfriend experience.
Right. Which is basically a little bit of kissing, if you want me to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of kissing, a little bit playing around. The guy can go down on the girl if she lets him do that. And I always told the girls, whatever you're not comfortable doing in your own personal life, don't do it.
Would they go with like security?
No. To me, screening is everything. So my screening process is, over the years, I've developed a really good screening system.
Okay.
I'm not just screening for cops because it's illegal.
Yeah.
That's number one. But also for like people that are like violent or they're very, very aggressive or they're controlling.
How do you screen for that?
Well, it's just fielding millions of calls. You just get really in tune with their voice and how they talk. And when you ask them a question, how they answer the question. It's an art,
Yeah.
It just becomes second nature.
Got it.
You can read them over the phone.
Got it.
Just like you can read over emails, texts.
Some girls date guys for years and they don't
Can't
really.
tell. Honestly, can you like hop on a couple calls?
Well, if you ever guys need screening, let me know. But let me call my boyfriend and see what do you think?
What do you think of this guy?
What do you think? Is he lying? Did he cheat on me last night?
That could be a whole service in itself. You could make probably
you
just.
give me some business ideas right now. Yeah.
Okay, so you have the girls and the market like hits in San Diego.
Yes,
obviously.
in Orange County.
Or Orange County.
I wanted to live in Newport Beach too because I love the area. So I worked across the way. I wanted to get out of Newport Beach because they're very conservative and they'll shut you down real quick. I already studied the whole market. So I did it in Irvine, right? Right across the street from there, off 405 in Jamboree.
You're like, I knew. I'm in Irvine, bitch.
So come across the way and we can service you. Because that's where Newport Beach has more millionaires or billionaires than anywhere else. So I'm like, I wanted to go where the money is. That's what I was there for.
More than in LA?
For the area, like per capita,
Yeah.
I think there's more retired billionaires and stuff in Newport Beach. At least back then. And this is 2012, right? When I got there.
15 years ago.
So I did that. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to start getting places. So I got 4 places, like, 1-bedroom apartments. I made sure they're very upscale because my target market clientele was very upscale. So I wanted them to feel comfortable when they came in. It's not like a Mickey Mouse. I did really good photo shoots, video shoots. Everything was professional, beautiful girls. I just hired 9s and 10s all the way. And I hired women. I changed my recruitment selection. I hired people that had never done it before.
How do you even do that? Like, how do you?
How did you do how did you find the girls?
So I advertised on Sexy Jobs, which you can't do anymore. And now everything's changed. I could not do what I did back then now. It's completely different.
Which is odd because I feel like we are moving progressively to be like, I mean, I don't know, like within a lot of different areas, but I fight the same struggle. Obviously not like with the escort service, but nudity, you would think as like generations progress and are so open to other ideas that nudity, sex would still be as taboo, but now it's almost more taboo. It's like
it is,
and it's crazy to me to think.
It is, and they're clatching on. I'm not going to get political, but they're clatching on to the human trafficking aspect of it. And there is human trafficking going on, but that's very few. I wasn't human trafficking anybody. People knew exactly. I'm a communicator, so people knew exactly what they're getting into. I told them what my expectations are, what happens in the room from the beginning to the end. I never lied to anybody, and I didn't want anybody lying to me. So I was very, very straightforward. Actually, just because it's an illegal business, this is one of the reasons why I do things like this, because the perception is just because you're doing something illegal, like in this, which I think it should be decriminalized completely, and it is in a lot of countries, but unfortunately, number one most liberal country in the world, and we still have this problem, right? Yeah. But the perception is that just because you're in this business, that means you're a scumbag or you're a shyster or you're trying to hustle people. I was totally against that. I ran it like I would run any other business because I've had a lot of legal businesses.
Yeah.
You know, just with honesty. That's why we did so well, because the clients that I was trying to get, you know, my target client, they're all businessmen, they're all millionaires, billionaires, and they're very, very good at, you know, figuring out what you know, where they can trust, you know.
Yeah.
So they trusted Madame Suzanne, yours truly with a voice changer. Right?
So it was a woman's voice. Did you started the brothel as what the name, like, were you just sitting there one day and you're like, I'm going to rename myself, or did something trigger it?
Well, this is what happened. When I moved to Orange County, because of what happened with me and got in trouble in Vegas, I said, in the back end, behind the scenes, I don't want anybody knowing what I'm doing because I don't want to be told on. If I fuck up, excuse my French, it's my fault, and I'll just accept it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want anybody else to tell on me. If somebody gets upset, you know, they know they're doing something
So
illegal.
not even the girls knew who you really were?
No, the girls had to know who I am
Okay.
because I had to meet with them.
Yeah.
The girls knew who I am. The clients didn't.
Yeah.
So the only one that knew was the girls, of course, because we're working together. They got to trust me, so I got to trust them. So of course, at some point after I also screened them from emails at first through the ads, you know, when I get a response, to the phone call when I liked them. So out of to meeting them when I wanted to hire them, right? So it was just all in steps because I had to be careful, right? And out of, let's say, to give you an idea, out of 100 emails, maybe I ended up hiring one or two. You know what I mean? Because I was very, very picky. Because I had a lot of things that they have to qualify for me to feel safe working with them. Because number one, it's illegal. Number two, a lot of stuff could happen. I wanted to make sure it's a person I can trust, and then they're going to listen to all the experience I have and do it a certain way so they can be safe. Because I'm all about safety. Got
it. So the girls knew who you were, but then you come up with that. How'd you come up with the name Madame Suzanne?
So because I didn't want to get told on, I had to find a way to be able to do all the screening myself because I don't trust anybody else.
Yeah,
because I'm really good at it, right? So I said, how am I going to do it? I'm a guy. If a guy calls an escort service, or a lot of times they thought they were talking to the girl herself because I advertised all the girls as independents.
Like, call me.
Not like an agency, you know what I mean? So when he was talking to, you know, Roxy or Susie, whatever, the advertising said, each one had their own phone number. It's created a lot of work for me because now I have
You're the call girl.
I ended up with 65 girls in 12 places. And I'm doing it myself. So I'm working 17 hours. I'm doing all the photo shoots, the video shoots, the editing, the advertising. I mean, I'm wearing 25 different hats, all the screening. Believe me, sometimes I would have to wait like 5-6 hours just to pee, right? Because the phones are ringing. I got to get everybody in there, you know? I can only handle like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. Yeah. It's a lot of work because I'm doing everything myself.
Yeah.
So that's how Madame Suzanne came about. I said, okay, I'm going to have to get this. First, when they called, when I'm screening the clients, the way I did it is everybody that called thought they're talking to that girl herself that was on the advertising. So let's say you have your advertising, they're calling for you, I became you on the phone.
Yeah.
They're calling for her, I became her, right? Then after I trusted the client and liked them, they kind of fit my profile, which is millionaires, billionaires, businessmen, you know, very easygoing, mostly 2 pumps and a wiggle, which we love in this business. If you don't know what that means. Right?
Oh, that's like in their folder.
You know, have you guys heard that term before?
Not until today, but we will definitely.
I made that up so you can use it. But basically, it's a guy that can come really quick.
Yeah, no,
because we wanted
figured.
we wanted to just get in, get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can do, you know, so they can make
More
as much
jobs.
money as possible. Yeah. So we average anywhere from like 6 to 10 a day, depending on the girl, whichever girls can handle more. So it's up to them. I left it up to them, you know. But we had a lot of clients. So once I liked the client, I called the TO. I turned them over to, listen, we all got together. I didn't tell them the whole story about me, of course. I said, we all got together, and my name is Madame Suzanne. And as you can see, you've seen two girls already. This is very safe, blah, blah. From now on, you could just call me directly on this number. And I had a username, password protected separate website with all the girls on there.
Oh my God.
So I turned them over to that. This way it's easier for me and easier for them. I don't want to have to keep pretending every time they call.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know this guy because, you know, I can look him up on my calendar. I know I've already seen this guy and I got notes on them and everything. Everything's professional. So that's how Madame Suzanne came about. And then it worked out great. I ended up with what they said at the DA's office in Orange County. I had 8,600 clients on my list because I had them on all the phones, you know.
A whole 8,600 clients. How many girls did you have in Orange County?
65. I worked, like I said, Monday to Friday, and I had 12 places. And I had to make sure that girls only worked 2 or 3 days because I didn't think working 5 days is good for them because that would really mess them up. So 2 or 3 days was perfect, you know, so they can make enough money. So if they worked part-time, like 2 days, they made about, 20 grand, 25 grand a month. And if they worked 3 days, they were about 30, 35 grand a month. That's how much they took home.
Wow.
You know,
How much would you take? 20%? Can I ask that?
Are you talking to me? 20%? What? That's a lot of work for 20%. Just the cost alone, my overhead was 60 grand a month just because of the places.
So
they're
50%.
all 25, 50%.
50%.
But here's the thing, and this is what I used to tell them. I said, whatever you're making right now, you can keep 100% of it. Because someone will go, 50%, that's a lot of money. I said, yeah, but you come in here with no experience, no investment, no money. You don't know anything about this business. You're going to walk in the first day, and I'm not trying to pitch this. I'm not trying to sell anybody on this, okay? Please. I'm not recruiting. I'm out of the business. I'm retired.
I don't want this.
I'm retired. But anyway, so I said, right? So, shut up. No, seriously, I am retired. But
He's like, I'm retired. I was tired yesterday and I'm tired again today.
I'm retired.
so I would tell them, look, how many jobs do you know you can walk in with zero investment? And I'm not trying to sell this, guys. I don't want to you guys get comments about this that I'm glamorizing the business. But that's what I said back then, right? I'm a different person today. So I told them, you can come in and the same day, the first day, they always did really well when they're new because everybody wants to see the new girl, right? So the first day they could make, 4 or 5 grand to themselves in 8 hours. How many jobs can you do that? Cash. Because they're the ones who are getting the cash. I don't get the cash.
Yeah.
They get it the cash and then we split it up at the end. Yeah, of course. I have to.
Yeah.
If they're going to rip me off.
You're going to find out eventually.
Yeah, but they're going to lose because how else are they going to make this kind of money?
Yeah.
It's not my loss. I'll just hire somebody else.
Do you have a lot of drama? Like, I feel like, God, it would be it's that many girls.
What's like yeah, I know. What is like the craziest where you were like, oh God, like go.
Wait, for what? Like a client?
Yeah, like the
Like, do you have any like crazy fetishes where people would call in like, I want this?
Yeah, but I don't do a lot of fetishes.
You wouldn't at all?
I did fetishes with my ex for like 3 years back in Vegas, Lisa Storm.
Yeah.
I said, I'll never do that again.
Why?
Too many weird stuff.
Like, what was the weirdest?
Well, talking about the shit show, right?
They would want to poop on her or poop her?
I had a client, big guy, right? Usually these clients usually have ED, erectile dysfunction, so they can't perform. So they started perving out they find other ways to get excited, right?
Yeah.
So this particular client, really rich guy, like a heavy duty looks wise and his job, right?
heavy duty.
Pun intended. So this guy liked to watch, at the time I was only working with my girlfriend, right? Stand on a table with her, lingerie and high heels on a glass table. And he went underneath the table, laid down underneath the table. And when she did her business, the shit show, right? He was watching down there, and
Oh,
Wow.
that was 5 grand.
Wow,
That
that
was
was the
5
table in between. I thought
So anytime you want to take a dump and get 5 grand, let me know. Just kidding.
oh my God. Can you, I can't imagine the weird stuff that turns
Who's cleaning
I
it
can
up?
tell you. Listen,
Yeah, those poor maids come in and they're like, what the hell?
Clean me out. I gotta go.
I tell you, like
She's
being,
like stopping by Taco Bell on the way there. This is going to be a good one.
oh my God, yeah, she was burritos and tacos and whatever you can. How do you want it?
You know-
Runny, medium, or really hard?
Wait. You know how after
So much pressure.
you know how after you come, sometimes you get like disgusted with yourself. You're like, oh my God, what am I watching? I can't believe, like, yeah. So, like, that guy, literally after she leaves, he has to clean up shit on his dining room table.
Post nut clarity, like that's
Yeah.
a real, like
Post shit.
clarity.
Wow.
Wow.
She shit on him or she shit on the table?
The table, but still.
She shit on the glass table, and he was underneath watching. I guess his thing was watching it coming out.
Oh,
That's
I
so
can't-
much pressure.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Not when you have 5 grand right there. You just look at the 5
That's
grand.
even
and go,
more pressure. It's like if I don't poop right now, I don't get paid.
Well, sometimes you got to take a diarrhea pill. I don't know. You gotta get it done.
She's like,
Let's go. I'm on a time coming clock right here.
oh my
My
God.
boyfriend's making me dinner in 1 hour. I got to get out of here.
A good dinner. Okay, so then, what is considered a broth? Is it the brothel is just what the amount of is it ever girls living in a house, or is a brothel literally just you running the service? Is that
Nobody lived in any places. Those were just for business only.
So what is
So we
a
only use them 8
brothel?
hours a day, Monday to Friday.
Brothel is just sort of like the
That's what they call it.
agency, whatever. Okay.
It's like if you have a lot of girls.
And when you have a
more
lot of girls and you have an operation like that, then they call it like,
I see.
you have a brothel because it means you have a bunch of girls selling sex to a bunch of clients.
We had someone go in SHAG Mag, I think like a month or two. We had like an article written about like the chicken ranch in Vegas. Yeah.
oh God, you didn't look too happy.
No, and I don't want to sound like whatever. I'm a very humble guy, but I always done things on a certain level. And these guys, unfortunately, they still have shag carpet from the 70s. They got trailers.
Yeah.
The rooms are really, if you guys seen my places, I kept them really decorated, really nice. I had an interior decorator come in. I didn't spare any expense because I was looking for that guy that's used to that
like
stuff,
more
that
elite
lifestyle.
type things.
Yeah. So I wish they could have, if I would to do it, because I tried to buy a license, from
Yeah.
Sherry's Ranch, which is in Pahrump. And they wanted $4 million for two trailers and some dirt.
$4 million?
Because you can't get that license anymore.
Yeah.
Brothel
So
license
is it-
is done.
It's basically like you get a license on a certain type of like land where it's legal to do it.
Nevada is the only state with legalized prostitution in 9 counties.
I see.
So the closest one to Vegas at the time was Nye County, which is 45 minutes from Vegas, and all my clients would come to Vegas for a convention for business, and that was my 99% of my clients.
I see.
And they wanted to. Part of the experience is they come for business, they go have dinner and they shoot whatever with their buddies, maybe gamble a little bit, and then get a girl at the end of the night. That's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I'm like wondering is when you're in Orange County, how many of these millionaires are married?
All of them, 99.999%.
Done. We're done. We're signing off.
Okay, see you later, guys. Thank you.
What the hell? What? Why?
Okay, so here's the deal. And, people that have been on my channel, they know I've talked about this all the time. Look, spoiler alert, guys and girls are different. Okay, this is what Madame Suzanne learned over the years, right? Because I talked to all these guys and a lot of them would start confiding in me. Some of them would start crying over the phone. They love their wife so much, but they can't help themselves because they try to blame it on the wife, but it takes two, right? So most of them would tell me that their wife, like 25 years of marriage, they stopped taking care of themselves, gained a bunch of weight. They don't want to, go down on them. They don't want to do anything sexy, anything, out of the ordinary. They're just the same thing. And guys get bored. Guys and girls are different. Guys can go and have sex without being emotionally attached. It's just sex.
I just don't get it.
Most women.
Like Monica's rolling her eyes because it's such
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry, guys. Did I just totally destroy your dreams right now? Am I like
No, it's not.
totally ruining
It's not
your...
like something new that you're telling us, but it is. It's just I still just can't grasp one. Like, how is something just? I don't know. I just don't understand it.
Because you're not a man. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, this is what I learned, right? They love their wife. They don't want anything to happen. They don't want to lose their wife. They genuinely love their wife, but they
But
can
that's
go
not true. If you genuinely love your wife, why do you have to fuck someone else?
because they need to get laid differently and they want some wild sex, and their wife is boring after 25 years and she's not trying. Put wigs on. And that's what I told, people that would ask me for advice. Like, look, you got to put some wigs on, get some lingerie, get in shape.
Accent.
Get in shape, yeah, be Nikita one night, be, Roxy another night,
All my personalities.
It's just sad though. But they would confide in you.
It is.
They would like.
And cry, but maybe you should, quit. Maybe you should just, and someone would quit for a while, then come back and goes, I can't help it. I keep looking at all these girls you keep hiring. I really want to be with Sasha or Lisa. I'm like, sorry, man, I'm not trying to be the contributor, which you guys will get comments on that. This guy's contributing to the demise of society.
Stop updating your page.
Listen, just be,
Oh my God, fuck. Not Lisa.
this girl's ass is so much, I cannot stand it. I gotta come and see her. And she does anal too.
Is that on their profile? Like it says what the girls are like open to?
On my username, password protected, on the public domain ads where I advertised, I kept it really clean because I don't want to bring a lot of attention. They already know you don't have to. But once they became clients and I trusted them and I know what kind of character they have, I said, okay, they're good. When I turned them over to my username, password protected website where I had all the girls.
You're like, hey, it's Suzanne. Yes, she does anal.
So each girl would have a little profile on there when you clicked on her picture, and it'll have her pictures, like a portfolio, a couple of videos, which we can talk about if you want.
Got it.
A couple of videos, and then all the services they provided. And I always told the girls, look, if you don't enjoy anal in your real life, just don't do it. It doesn't matter if it's an extra $500 or $1,000 because we charge extra for everything, you know? So most services that we provided was anal, squirting, and what else? Like multiple shots on, it's called MSOG, they have acronyms for everything, by the way.
What's MSOG?
Multiple shots on goal, which means they can come more than once. So that's extra. Otherwise, it's just what I described to you, the GFE, that was our base.
Did you ever have
Pizza.
a girl, like that's what I'm wondering, like that was
Lie on
more
the
popular? The what?
Lie on the resume. They're like,
What do you mean?
like they say they squirted. They're like, yeah, put me down for squirting, and then they didn't squirt.
Oh, there's a trick to that. They can still squirt.
Wait, what's the trick?
Oh, really? You want to know? Well, for $19.95,
Wait, what's the trick?
if you act now, I'll give you 2 tricks
No, what is it?
for the price of 1. No, you can squirt water up there, and if you have control down there, if you have strong muscles.
Oh God.
I
yes.
really have to teach you this, you guys?
Wait, you could put.
I don't even have a pussy, and I'm teaching you this shit? Come on, please.
Madame Suzanne.
Oh, Madame Suzanne, yes. Okay, so Madame Suzanne says you can put water up in there, and if you have control, you can, let it out whenever you want. You can just squeeze it out. I had a girl that was known for squirting, right? She wasn't the best looking girl, and she was a little older,
Yeah.
but she did so much business because she did that. And she would tell me, like, how am I going to do it? I mean, you're sending me 8, 9 clients because she wanted to make money. I said, well, whenever you can, because she runs out of water. She doesn't have a freaking tank, just put an extra tank on that bitch. No.
He like shows up in his scuba fit.
Wait a second. She got one of those things, those runners with the tube.
Oh my God.
Put some water in this bitch. No,
They should make that though. You know how you can like press a button and you bleed like in the movies.
So she confided in me. She said, "Well, after the 4th one, usually I pee." I said, "You don't have to pee on them," because some of them started smelling it and complaining. I said, "No. Just squirt water up in there. Don't pee on the guys. Jeez, unless that's extra, bitch. That's an extra fetish." Did you charge him $200 for that?
She's like, "You're peeing on a client for free?"
Maybe I should. I'm getting too comfortable. Maybe I should stop right here.
I love it.
I mean, I said too much.
Did you ever date while doing this?
At the beginning of my career, almost every single girl that I worked with, not every single girl, but I've always had a girl that I was working with because it was hard for me. I was working so much. It was hard, just like in any business, right? Any kind of environment. If you're a nurse, you end up dating a doctor or anesthesiologist, whatever. So that was like, kind of.
That didn't bother you when they would call and ask specifically for your girlfriend?
Well,
You're like, she's booked.
to be,
She's like, I haven't gotten a
please
job.
take her. How many hours? 2? I'll give you 4 hours. Go ahead for the same price. Just take No. The truth of the matter is there's something called separation. I came up with that, right? Where you can separate yourself from the business. It's very hard to do, especially if you're in love with somebody. Years later, when I started analyzing stuff and I became self-aware, when I started doing all my transformation and change and all that, I realized that I wasn't really in love with any of them because if I was really, truly in love with somebody,
It would bother you?
of course, I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I'm renting my girl out 5, 6 times a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did any of the girls ever get pregnant?
As an escort, not with me, not that I know of. No, because we used protection.
Yeah. But
we
still,
didn't do bareback.
Yeah. Did you ever have to step in? Was there ever like a situation where you had to like
Step in. Like you.
like if a girl's
there's a
in
problem.
danger or something?
It's like, whoa.
So we did. Whoa, time out. You're doing it too hard, bro. I gotta use that shit later on. What are you doing?
No, with like any girl, like would they call you if like was there ever a situation where a girl like was in danger and Madame Suzanne had to like really step in?
Madame Suzanne had to put the big cape on with the MS and just go barge in. No, I never had a problem in Orange County. In Las Vegas, I had a couple of problems. It was basically not because the guy was the bad guy, but it's because, the girls didn't follow the rules. The rule number 1 is get your money up front. Because I had like 13 commandments that I wrote for this, right?
What are they?
Oh my God.
The 13
So,
Commandments. Here we go.
I have it completely outlined in my second book, How I Made $1 Million a Year as an Upscale Escort. It's on Amazon. No, basically, it's basically like, don't try to hustle the client. First, for number one is always be safe and get your money up front. That's always number one. Because if you don't, you never know. After the guy comes, you know,
Yeah.
you guys know.
Yeah.
So I had one, if you want me to tell you, I had to tell you one situation where she was on a second date with this guy. It was a dinner date. We did a lot of dinner dates in Vegas.
So you just go on a date.
I would like that.
Yeah, dinner date. They go to dinner.
How much would they make just going to dinner?
3,000 from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Oh, wait, that's not they're not going to dinner.
3,000.
They're
Yeah, no, they go to dinner. No.
How many times
No,
could
no,
you
in
go on a
Vegas-
dinner date?
In Vegas, well, usually she only booked one dinner date for the night. She can't do more than one. But those were good in Vegas. And a lot of the guys wanted to have the whole experience because they've been married, they haven't dated, you know, they want to just feel it like it's a real date.
These girls are literally getting paid $3,000 to eat dinner
At a 5-star restaurant.
at a
Listen.
5-star
At
restaurant.
I'll go to
Le Cirque
dinner
and
3
Bellagio.
times. I can handle
No, seriously, whatever they're staying, like at the Venetian or whatever, they go to a nice restaurant because the guys are, you know, I'm dealing with upscale guys. They're not going to freaking Burger King or In-N-Out. Come on. And they would meet for dinner, meet at valet. They go in. So this way nobody bothers them, security and stuff. There's protocol in casinos that are different than anywhere else. But so they'll meet at valet, go in, go to dinner, go see a show. Some of them wanted to see a show as well. And then maybe gamble if they gambled. And then they go up to the room, like private, we called it private time for like 2 hours or 3 hours at the end of the night.
Oh, so it's not just dinner.
Why?
God damn it.
I'm just curious because
Oh, you want to do that? You just dinner?
no.
and get
I
treated-
don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, girls are going to dinner. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, just a dinner. You
Of
could
course
pay for a
there's
boob
sex
job
involved.
with 3 dinners.
I'm getting the lobster, honey.
Oh my god, I love
No,
it.
of course there's sex involved. But, you know, it was done, the whole, they wanted the whole thing. you know?
Yeah, got it.
I'm like, I'm stuffed. I'll see y'all later.
You go to the bathroom, you just disappear. Okay, wait. I want to finish the story
Wait.
with the Orange County because didn't something like crazy go down?
Yeah, I got arrested. And,
I'm like, wait, we haven't got to the best part of the story.
in January, I was under investigation, so I stopped working in June of 2016. But they already had all this investigation. They spent all this time and money, and finally, they.
How'd you get caught?
Well, they started watching I knew about it, of course. I knew about it for like 2.5 years prior
Why didn't you stop?
because I needed to get to my goal. Plus, I'm a little crazy, and I'm a kind of. I have this thing with cops where I wanted to, you know, see if I could beat them at the time. So I'm like, okay, well, catch me if you can, type of thing. So go ahead and do your best because nothing was in my name. You know, I thought I was all protected, right? But they have a lot of resources. Government, if they want to get you, they'll get you.
Yeah.
So basically, I started watching the complex. I was in like 4 different complexes, and I kept switching complexes, and I never had more than 3 or 4 places in each complex, right? Because I always kept switching it up. Because otherwise, you got neighbors. You know, you know, I had a little protocol about that, but. They started stopping people that came in and out, like half an hour, an hour. The guys that are in nice cars that stopped at those complexes, they were actually parked outside of those complexes, stopping clients and giving them their cars, saying, look, we're investigating prostitution. We think somebody's running a brothel out of here. We just noticed, and they'll scare them. Some of them will start talking. You know, they start building the case. They've been trying to build the case on me for like 2.5 years, 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I kept going. You know, I was greedy. I wanted the money. I wanted to retire, you know, had a lot of money. But, you know, the funny part is even though I had a lot of money, I was miserable at the time, you know, because, you know, I was a different person. But so money is not everything.
So what was like the got caught moment? What happened?
No, I knew it was coming because I already knew that I was under investigation.
What were you doing?
What was I doing? What?
Like when you got caught?
I had just gone to the gym. I was at my girlfriend's house. And she wasn't in the business. She's a regular girl. And I saw the car parked up the street, you know, with 4 guys in it, like an SUV, all blacked out, mirrors and windows and stuff. I said, uh-oh. So I went to her house. I took all the phones that I had in there, all the evidence, you know. And I was trying to get to my car. My car was parked right in front of the house. And about 25 people came from all over the place with guns and machine guns. Like you would think, I'm like, there was a guy, I'll never forget him. I'm standing like this. I'm like, oh, take it easy. And this guy one guy looked like a surfer, right? Cops right now, you don't know what they look like. He looks totally like a surfer, surfboard shorts and everything. He had a machine gun. He's shaking like this. I said, dude. And I'm the one supposed to be scared, right? I'm like, dude, take it easy. I don't want you to, fire by accident, because he was like really nervous,
And so what
Not
happened?
fun.
They caught you?
Wow.
They got me. They indicted me. Every single girl that they went back 4 years, 5 years, and every single advertising that they saw that looked like mine with certain backgrounds, because I did mine different than everybody else,
They knew like your editing and everything.
And they knew, just the style and everything, so they kept adding pandering charge. It's called pandering, right? There's pimping and pandering. Pandering is like when the charge is basically, in layman terms, when you talk somebody into doing this business, which that's debatable, right? Because nobody put a gun to anybody's head. We know, but we won't get into that.
Besides the surfer guy.
That's so not chill.
Surfer with a machine gun. Dude,
Chill out, bro.
chill out, man. Smoke some more weed. Jeez.
So then they kept putting it on and on. So how long were you in prison?
So I was in county fighting it, and then the attorney that I had, who also used to be my client, I had like about 500-600 attorneys that were clients. I had attorneys I had clients that were judges. I had clients in the DA's office that indicted me in Orange County. I had 2 clients in there that were assistant DAs.
How is it?
So the DA wanted to make a deal. He said, look, they took $10 million cash, right? I had them in storage units. That's how smart I am, right?
He's like, you give me 5 free sessions.
With
So
Lisa?
I'll tell you what.
He's like, I didn't quit. I want Lisa.
Yes, you too. I'll give you a free session. You can go under that glass table. But so after they had my attorney recuse himself, means take himself off the case, because they were threatened to charge him because they hacked into all my calendar and stuff, and they saw that he came, in the last 2 years, like 30 times or whatever, and saw girls, because the dummy was using his real number, and I could tell him, get a throwaway phone.
So embarrassing.
Anyways, he ended up recusing himself. Now I got stuck because I'd given him all the money I had at the time, and so I took a deal, and there's another thing going on right now. I'm trying to reopen and dismiss the case, but that's another story. But so I never saw the discovery. I never saw my. This is just legal stuff. It's not really interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, I took a deal. It was 10 years. On 10 years, you do half because it's nonviolent. And then they have programs, Prop 57, where you can work it off. So I got into every program. Even though I have a college degree, I took college courses just to get more time off.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing 38 months.
Holy
3 years.
shit.
Yeah.
And then you got out, and then what? So you're out.
So I had a plan because I thought Madame Suzanne would make a really good movie, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote the book. I wrote it inside, but I when I came out, I published it like within 2 months. And then I published the second book. I wrote 6 books when I was in there. I really spent a lot of time doing a lot of reflecting and trying to change a lot of things, right? About myself, because I can't keep doing this, because I was 53 when I'm 58 today. I was 53 when I got arrested.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I'm getting too old for this shit, right? So I said, I got to do something else. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna publish the books. I'm gonna do my channel online. I'll do all the social media to promote everything. And my idea was to find a producer to do the movie, the documentary, and the series, right? So I had a couple of good producers. Unfortunately, it's in the middle. I got out in March of last year, mid of COVID, everything shut down. I have some interest, and hopefully maybe somebody watching this will want to do something. But it's a really good story.
It reminds me of the girl that ran the underground poker.
Molly's Game. Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that
Madame
movie.
Suzanne, I can see like the vibe of the documentary being. Molly's Game is one of my favorite documentaries.
Yeah, I love that.
But you will never find another film or a story where the guy is this. I was like 265 at the time. I used to be compete in bodybuilding. You could see a split screen. The client is talking to Madame Suzanne, and you don't see me, right? You just see the client talking, and at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, they'll show that the whole time is doing POV on my part.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out, is it this girl, who's Madame Suzanne? At the end, you'll see this big guy, like, what the hell? How is this?
Holy shit.
Because you hear my voice, because of the voice changer, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hi, how you doing?
Oh my God.
Right?
Wow.
Crazy. Madame Suzanne. Holy shit. I'd watch the documentary.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I can't wait. I'm gonna be first in line.
Are you
All right,
serious
watch
right
it
now?
now.
Or you're playing?
No, I would totally watch that 100%.
It's really, and
That's super
we'll
interesting.
take 20 hours, guys. I could tell you stories, like,
Yeah.
just being in this business and the crazy stuff. There's so much stuff. It's like,
I mean, even the way that you tell stories, like the whole time you were talking, I was like painting a picture,
Yeah.
like making a movie in my head, you know?
Well, yeah. Let's play
it's
Never
good.
Have I Ever. Close this bad boy out. All right. Have you played Never Have I Ever?
I think once, yes.
We say a statement. If you've done it, you drink. You're drinking water, Madame Suzanne.
Well, Madame Suzanne used to be an alcoholic.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
just
sorry,
kidding.
Madame
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
no,
Madame Suzanne is separate than me. No, I was never a drinker. Or,
Really?
No.
Even being in Vegas, you never.
Would the girls drink before, or
Yeah,
would they
we're-
be sober?
Some of them would drink, some of them would do drugs, but I was in Orange County. I was totally against that because I wanted them to stay clean and be
Yeah.
level-headed. I'm sure some of them did it.
Yeah.
I caught girls doing crystal meth and stuff, and they had to go. But it's just a liability because, to me, drugs equal drama, and at some point something is going to happen. I didn't want the whole operation to go down just because somebody
Yeah.
did something stupid.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Never have I ever paid for sex.
Have I ever paid for sex? Indirectly, everybody does.
What do you mean indirectly?
When somebody takes you out to dinner expecting a certain thing, or they buy you gifts, or they take
Have
you
you
to...
ever gotten an escort from your own escort service?
No, but did I ever do them? Every single one of them almost.
Really?
Especially in Orange County because I had to make a video because I didn't want to use the review system because I don't like
So
kissing.
you
stuff.
made the video.
I made a POV XXX video with each girl of what she had to offer as far as like oral just to show, but I only showed 13 seconds of it on the username password protected website. That's just my defense to my defense.
You need a drink. Drink, Madam Suzanne. Bex, have you ever paid for sex?
No, I have not.
Okay. Never have I ever. She's like chugging. I can't say this one because I have.
Oh. Never have I ever been to jail. Both of you drink.
I've been to jail.
Good girl. I'll drink to that too.
I changed the Hollywood sign to say Holly Boob.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and then
That was you?
That was me.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Wow, I need your autograph after this.
Did you ever see the girl that flashed the World Series?
Yes.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Madam Suzanne.
Now I'm really impressed. I was before, but now I'm really impressed.
Okay,
Your
Bex.
resume is amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would the girls like that were working all the time, like it's like
They
when
get-
they go home to their boyfriends, like are they still wanting to have sex?
Okay,
Or
so
are they-
in Orange County, I did not hire anybody that had a boyfriend, a husband, an ex-psycho boyfriend, or something like this
Well, wouldn't
because
it-
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's
work.
different,
It's
yeah.
going to be a problem, and I don't want problem to come back to me or her, right?
Would a client ever fall in love with one of them?
Oh yeah.
What would happen?
Well, then we turn it into a sugar daddy situation if she's smart. You know what I mean? If the guy can afford it. It's happened a few times. That's how we'd get the girls sugar daddies when I
the
recognize
goal.
somebody's falling in love. Yeah. Because we've had my own girlfriend, Lisa Storm. We've had an arrangement. It was like $100,000 a month. This guy had his own jet, everything. He owned
Did
a
you get
big
flights
company.
as well?
Did I get flights?
Yeah, did you? Because you're her boyfriend.
No, I didn't. No, she didn't. They don't know that she has a boyfriend. No, they kept that
Oh my god.
secret. Yeah. Because they want to be the boyfriend. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Sugar daddy is a whole different level, and a lot of people are doing it nowadays.
Sugar mamas. Would you ever dabble into that? Like having girls, rich, hot women?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Oh. All right. Before we get too into it, I think that's it. Where can people find you?
So if you just type in Madame Suzanne in Google or any type of search engine, you can find me or Freddie Shabin. But usually Madame Suzanne, you can find my books on Amazon. You can, and any producers out there, I'm open to any type of project that's
type of
No, I
connected.
can't wait for this movie.
You should play Lisa, casting director. All right, Vex, what do we remind them to do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That is right. Don't forget the audio comes out early on iTunes on Tuesdays. And other than that, guys, we will see you
next Thursday.
Thursday. We are out.
Thank you, guys.
Oh gosh, our song, you're late on it. What happened?